Hey guys, uh, today I decided I'm going to do a little reading from a really cool manga, a Japanese comic. This is a little note from the author of the book. Since it's a comic, I felt that doing a reading of the comic itself would be difficult with only audio, so instead I'm going to read a little passage from the author and see how much I can get out. Ooh. I'm always like this before I take my meds. Ooh. Alright, so let's see here. This is from author Shirow Masamune, the creator of Ghost in the Shell. And this is about when he when he first wrote this manga. This is a note he left in the book. So here we go. High technology breathed life into the sci-fi of the 80s and 90s, fusing with the language of the pre-millennium and voices of rage against a sclerotic system to form the Cyberpunk movement. Today, the concepts of the electronic net, bioagriculture, functional materials, and coding are commonplace and no longer carry special, exciting significance. Japan has always taken it less as proper science fiction and more like a bunch of high-tech goods in our modern setting, and thus the cyberpunk movement was imported here after the fact as nothing but an external aesthetic. Why is this? There is a term. I'm trying to hold these back. It is so hard when I'm trying to talk. There's a term in recent high-tech industry called micromachining. This doesn't refer to micronizing or shrinking things like in Fantastic Voyage or Inner Space. How it's so... Chew. How would someone versed in quantum physics react to that? But the particular mindset of creating micromachinery from scratch, and it's not just tiny machines, it's a whole different world where the physical rules and properties work differently. By combining lessons from microbiology, entomology, and other biological fields with membrane production tech, micromachining could affect vast changes in the 21st century in medicine, communications, the space industry. Crap. By combining lessons, where was I? Micromachining could affect vast changes in the 21st century in medicine, communications, the space industry, and cybernetics. It's a word with forward propulsion that excites anyone who hears it. As science progresses quietly from electricity to computers to micromachines. Micromachines Our sci-fi, our science fiction can't simply get bogged down in this listless fatigue of the late 20th century. The future ought to be bright. The Ghost in the Shell originally ran one chapter every 3 months in 89 and 90 in the Young magazine. Phew. Before being touched up and expanded on for the book release. As it was my first trip to the major leagues, so to speak, I tried not to be too desperate and focused on what got me to focused on what got me to this point. I can't talk. I cannot talk. Phew. Including some material introductions where I thought it appropriate. It's rather light cyberpunk ripping off the aesthetic, and much of it is just monkey see, monkey do imitation. But there was a lot that I learned along the way about the creation process. If there's one thing I'll need to address. Two. 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 Phew. Whew. Phew. If there's one thing I'll need to address in the future, it's the fluctuation in art quality as the page count increased. He's a modest guy. Lastly, my deepest thanks must go to everyone who helped this book come into being. My former editor, Y, who dedicated color printing and 40-plus page chapters to such an amateur work. My current editor, S, who arranged for such a deluxe original. Phew. Phew. For such a deluxe original graphic novel at a reasonable price, as well as everyone at Kodansha who helped put it together. The manga artist O, who introduced me to Y, everyone who directly or indirectly helped in my research, and all the readers who backed me up along the way. I pray that this book provided you with meaningful moments. That's Shirow Masamune from 1991. Whew. Now I can just let these go. Phew. 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 Phew.